from the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew, we hear these words. When he saw the crowds, he went up on the mountainside and he sat down. His disciples came to sit around him, and he began to teach them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be given mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, lie about you, and say all kinds of evil against you because of Christ. Rejoice and be glad. Great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. The word from the Lord in the house of the Lord. There's a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of confusion about words. It's kind of like the guy who sent his friend a text. And the text said, Bob, I have to confess. For the last 2.5 years, I've been using your wife. He said, I've probably been using your wife more in the last 2.5 years than you have. And I really want to apologize for that. Well, the guy got the text and he got angry and he went home and took his pistol and shot his wife, and his phone dinged. And he looked at it and it said, so much for automatic spell check. I meant to say your Wi-Fi. We don't get automatic translations from God. We don't, it's not easy sometimes. You know, blessed are the poor, because they will be made wealthy. No, they won't. They won't get money automatically because they're poor. And he's not talking about money in your pocket. Though I've used that illustration before, that if you got money in your pocket, you're probably not a husband. No, that's not the one I use. If you have money in your pocket, you're among the 5% richest people in the world monetarily. But it's not about being poor monetarily. It's about being poor in spirit. And blessed are the poor in spirit, for they will receive comfort. Because they have so much to gain and so little to lose, that they ought to be the ones who rush to the side of Christ, to rush to that love that he gives to us. But you know, there's something perverse about us human beings. That's another one of them seminary word, perverse, seminary word. Right? But there's a perverse nature about human beings. If we're suffering, we not only want to wallow in our suffering, we want everybody else to join us there. Like a bunch of pigs in the sty, right? One of them gets in the mud, they all get in the mud. So we may not want to get rich in spirit. We may want to just stay as miserable as we are. Because it's easier. It's easier than looking for Christ. It's easier than opening up to Christ. The prophet said, God said to Israel, what do I have to do to convince you of my love? And they said, well, what have you done for us lately? I know, we know you got us out of Egypt and you came to Babylonian isolation and you walked with us through all kinds of stuff. But what have you done for me lately? That's the destroyer of relationships. How long? How much do we expect from God in our life? Larry's in the hospital and Larry's miserable. Some of us are in pain and kind of miserable. And maybe we're not looking at a great outlook ahead of us. And what we want to do is to tell everybody how bad it is. Will that elevate us? No, but it'll bring them down so that we don't feel so deeply hurt. We want to make sure that our automatic spell check puts the right words in our heart when we talk to people around us. That we can offer the same kind of solace, the same kind of love, the same kind of comfort to our everyday friends, our everyday acquaintances, the strangers around us. That Christ sat on the mountainside and preached. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Well, that stands to reason. If I'm good to everybody else, they'll be good to me. How many of you have done something really nice for somebody and it bit you right in the behind? You know? We're not nice to each other. We're people. We're not God. We glory in gossip. We glory in telling everybody how bad somebody is. And heaven help us if the word gets back to them of who started it. Because they might not be merciful. But isn't that life? Isn't that what we are? We like to be where we are. And if we feel a little downtrodden, we're going to make sure everybody gets in the pit with us. Because misery loves company. And it ought to be mercy loves company. We ought to have the mercifulness around us to try to build everybody up. We ought to be able to touch every life around us with a bit of joy. But too often, and hey, you probably don't do this, but I do it. I start listening to a story and I start agreeing with how terrible everything is with a person. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. And I forget to remind them. I forget to remind them that God is right there beside them. And if they are having a miserable day, God is too. Because He reflects our moods. He walks in whatever place we are. Because He never deserts us. He never leaves us. He's there. Jesus taught all of these words. I got them written out here so I can refer. Blessed are the pure in heart. If you got to be pure in heart to see God, I may not make it. Because every once in a while, I got to glory in a story. I just got to tell somebody about so and so. But you won't tell anybody where you heard it, right? You'll all keep this a secret. It ain't a secret. I just told it to somebody. How many of you have a secret that's your own that you've never told anybody else? No, I don't do that. Right. Well, don't tell her because she'll whoop you one. Blessed are the peacemakers. That's a role that most of us forget that we ought to have. And I don't mean we settle any wars. I don't mean we stop any fights and no barroom brawls. The peacemakers are the ones who can speak to you in a calm way and remind you of the love of God. Who can remind you of the blessings of being one of His. Who can teach you how wonderful trust and obey can be. For the song asks us to trust God. Listen to His request for us. The 10 Commandments were that for the Israelites. The 10 Commandments were, thou shalt not. Every one of them. But now the love of God speaks to us and says, you will. You will. He asks us. Doesn't order us. But He asks us to love one another so that He can truly truly give you the love you can understand. You get the love. His love is automatic. It doesn't go away. It doesn't stop. It doesn't fade. It doesn't get used up. It's always, always there. But until you can love another, you can't appreciate how much he loves you. Hard-hearted people don't believe in God. They don't believe in his love because they can't give it away. If I had some money in my pocket, I'd give it away today. But fortunately, I remembered to leave everything home today. Otherwise, you could have it all. Isn't that sneaky? No. Blessed. Blessed are you in the circumstances that you live right now. Blessed are you who suffer in illness and suffer it well. You don't need to give it away, but you need to understand that God has it with you because his arms are around you, and whatever it is you feel, whatever it is that hurts, whatever it is that feels bad, he's feeling it as well. Blessed. Blessed are you. Is anybody got a perfect life? I want to hear about it. Anybody got absolute perfection? You're at the organ, Ken. You ought to be happy as all get out. But it ain't quite perfect. Never is. I get to do almost everything I want to do. I'm not physically limited by many things. Fortunately, my tastes don't run to greatly financial suffering. So I can do almost anything I want to do that way too. I get hearing aids so I can go to the concerts and take them out so they aren't so loud. Or you can go out. We go to the E for a concert, and if it's too loud, we go out and stand outside because it's just right outside. See, we can fix things. We can make differences in our life. We can adjust to whatever the conditions are. And as easily as we can adjust to the noise at a concert, as easily as we can adjust to traffic that's slowing us down, as easily as we can adjust to a state being just a little too tough, God can adjust to our wildly changing moods. Because he is with us through it all. Nothing gets away. Blessed are the poor, the hungry, the needy, the weak, because God blesses them more than those of us who think we own the world. I used to feel that way. I didn't need God very much because not that. Not at all. I have no idea why I thought I was important enough in the world to handle things. Because after a long time, he's convinced me that if I'll just let him be in charge, I don't have to fix the world. He'll tell me where I need to go to work. He'll tell me what I need to do. He'll lead me to where I might possibly be a blessing to someone. If nothing else, I can be a blessing as a bad example. Not everybody can do that. But blessed are those who hunger or thirst for the love of Jesus Christ. Blessed are those who are meek, who obey him. Blessed are all of us, because every one of us in our weakness is made strong by Christ. And he stood on a hill, sat on a hill with his disciples, and preached the greatest sermon ever, to remind us that he is our strength. He makes us whole. We need to guide our words, we need to guide our thoughts, we need to guide our hearts into a closer relationship with the one who gave himself, that we might know him, live in him eternally. Blessed are you, because I can look out here and see a flaw in every one of you. You thought you had it covered up with makeup, and it didn't. Yeah, we put makeup on our hearts. We put makeup on our flaws. We hide our flaws instead of sharing them and giving them back to God. And none of us are perfect. Darn it. Almost. But never quite there. Blessed are you. Amen. Freely, freely. Number 389. Will you stand with me as we